Today on Ham Radio Q&A, it's fox hunt time again, but this time it's my turn to hide it. Where am I going to put it? Well, keep watching to find out. Hi, I'm Michael, KB9VBR, your host for Ham Radio Q&A. I'm on a mission to inspire and educate the amateur radio community, so if this is your first time watching, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to check us out on Patreon. There's new and exclusive content over on our Patreon page. So if you want to support this channel and keep it growing, check us out on Patreon. Well, I'm out here in an undisclosed location. It'll be disclosed shortly, but we've done a few fox hunt videos on this channel, and since with the last fox hunt, I won the hunt. I have the pleasure of hiding the fox for the next hunt, and that's what we're doing this morning. I have the official fox that we've been using, and I'm going to take you through this box here in a bit, and I'm going to stick it out in a nice quiet location and see if anybody can find the fox. But a lot of people have asked, well, what's all involved with the fox itself? And basically, the fox transmitter is just a radio transmitter with a timer on it that will key the transmitter in 1-minute intervals with a series of tones and then a Morse identifier. So I'm going to take you through the box itself. We're going to hide it and see if anybody can find it. This is the fox transmitter box that our club typically uses for its fox hunts. Now, I did not build this box, but it was put together by another one of the club members, N9MEA. Mark, he's pretty good at doing these kind of things. But basically, it's one of these plastic Plano ammo boxes, utility boxes. I don't know if whatever you want to call it. And he's got some stuff inside here. This is a power connection. If you want to run it off an external battery, there's a B&C on the top so that you can connect a small rubber duck antenna, or you can use any other style of antenna. We've used it with a Yagi antenna, or you could put, say, maybe like a little wire antenna or something like that, depending on how you want to, set the fox up. A couple other power cords that come with it. This would be for a cigarette lighter, and something with power poles on it also, so you can connect this up to any type of 12-volt power source that you choose. Opening the box up, there's a few things in here. Number one, I'm just going to point out on the back side here, this is where the B&C comes into the box. He's got sort of that aluminum tape to create a small ground plane, and then inside there's a couple of radios. There's a higher powered radio. I think this is about a 25 watt mobile radio, and then there's a lower power radio. This is a 2-watt handheld radio. It's a Motorola handheld. Mark has got he works in the communications industry, so he's got easy access to Motorola equipment, so most of what he puts together will have Motorola equipment in it. Instead of using the battery pack that comes with this handheld, he's run off a power cable, and then there's a series of AA packs he's got wired up to provide the proper amount of power for the radio. One advantage of using the AA packs is that they'll pretty much run this radio all day, but also then you don't have to worry about charging, discharging NiCad packs or rechargeable packs. You can always throw a fresh set of batteries into the radio, of AA batteries in the radio, and it'll run all day. The mobile radio, of course, is going to need to run off of a 12-volt battery source, like a lithium ion phosphate battery, an automotive battery, a marine battery, something like that. Moving on, there's cable that goes from the handheld to a little adapter box he's got that runs to the B&C connection. And then the next item so now we've got the radios in here. The next item that's really important is the controller box. And there's a little microcontroller here. It's made by Bionics. BYONICS, and this is what runs the Fox. So it runs off of a little 9-volt battery. This cable here runs into the radio. That's the keying the keying circuit. So you just plug it in, connect the battery, hit the power, and then you can use DTMF tones to with another handheld radio to start and to stop the Fox. You can hide the Fox somewhere. You can send it a DTMF code, from a remote location that'll start the Fox up, and then it'll transmit every minute on the minute for people to find it. So when we're done, we just kind of disconnect all of the power sources and then get everything kind of wrapped up. And I'll have to return this to him. But this is the N9 MEA hidden transmitter kit that we use. This is KB9VBR, Fox Master for the Wisconsin Valley Radio Association Fox Hunt. The Fox Hunt will begin momentarily, but first we'll take check-ins for all stations willing to participate in this morning's event. So all those participating, please call now at KB9VBR. KB9VBR. Here's the rules of the game this morning. The Fox is located somewhere within the city limits of Wausau. The Fox could be low powered, could be high powered. If you can't hear it where you're located, start driving around until you pick up the signal. And the Fox is located on public property, so you do not have to trespass to find the Fox. And finally, the frequency for the Fox this morning is going to be 147.47 megahertz. That's 14747. No PL tone is required, although I believe the Fox is transmitting a PL of 114.8, but you're probably better off by turning your PL off. The Fox transmits at 1-minute intervals, a series of tones, and then a call sign. So that should give you ample opportunity to hone in on it. And with that, are there any questions before I start the Fox Hunt? Please call now at KB9VBR. Not hearing anything, I am going to start the Fox, and then I will give you a confirmation on this repeater that the Fox is transmitting, so please stand by. The Fox is now active, so go to it. This is KB9VBR Net Control for the Wisconsin Valley Radio Association Fox Hunt. Driving around a little bit to kind of see what the Fox sounds like in different parts of town. We're using a pretty low profile antenna. I got it hidden underneath a little bridge, so it's in a low lying spot, but I can hear it with my mobile antenna about a couple miles away. With the whip antenna, it's about about a mile or so. It's starting to break the squelch. So depending on where in the city you are, you may not actually hear the Fox. So you might have to drive around a little bit to kind of catch a whiff of the signal. And that's good. This one's a little bit more challenging in that regards because you don't always are going to hear the Fox. And like some of the other previous Fox hunts we had, so it's going to take a little bit more skill to kind of catch the signal and then to sort of home in or DF on it. So we'll kind of see how long it takes these people to find it. I kind of feel like I'm on a stakeout right now. I'm parked about a few blocks away from the park. I've got the Fox hidden in Paff Woods Nature Preserve. It's across the street from an elementary school on a dead-end road, so I can kind of watch the road to see if any cars come down, if anybody on the Fox Hunt team is kind of honed in and are driving down to that location.
There's also a camera.
Grab it.
The camera?
Yeah.
You take this thing, I'll get the camera. It's a GoPro. And here's this thing. I'll get this thing. Wait, I think I should keep the camera here. No.
Okay, bring the camera. Let's go.
Ben.
Come on, we're gonna move it out of that door.
Yes. Shh. We gotta tell Mr. Michael that I found it. Because I was the one who found it. I found it! Yeah. I looked under the bridge and found it. Haha.
So Joe found the fox. He was the first one to, I don't know if it's stumble upon it, but after about an hour and after I gave out a couple of clues over the air, he actually spotted my car. I was off a few blocks away, kind of watching this area, and he got a strong signal. He knew he was close, and then when he saw my car, that kind of confirmed it, and he was able to hone in here within a few minutes after that and to find it. Like I said, I had it hidden in this nature preserve here, across the way from a elementary school. This is a nice little spot. It's kind of in a valley. There's a little ridge behind me here. There's another ridge off camera here, and I think that kind of creates sort of a V shape. So the signal, you have to be pretty much to the west of the signal in order to hear it strongly. If you get too far to the south or too far to the north, it's going to confuse you a little bit because of the terrain. Plus the transmitter, I was using the little handheld radio. That transmitter is only about 2 watts of power with the rubber duck antenna, and I didn't have it. I had it underneath a bridge, not that bridge, but down another 100 feet or so. There's another bridge. So the fox was hidden. It was pretty well hidden. So you weren't going to spot it from walking down the trail or the boardwalk, but you would have to get right on it with your direction finding equipment, and then just do a little bit of snooping around until you find the fox itself. So this was a pretty challenging fox, to say the least, and takes a little bit of skill, when they're hidden like that. If you use a higher power transmitter, the signal actually gets easier to hone in than it does with these super weak signals. So real fun fox activity. Hopefully we're going to have another one in a few more weeks before it gets too cold and too snowy. Although a fox in the snow might be kind of fun too. Well, I'll have to see about that. But well, that's it for our fox hunt adventure and Mark's fox transmitter kit. If you have any questions or comments about fox hunting or the fox kit, leave them in the video comments below. I'll filter through them and answer them, and who knows, maybe one of them will end up on my next Your Questions Answered video. But for more articles and information, be sure to check out my blog at www.jpole-antenna.com. Your support of this channel drives the production of future videos, so check us out on Patreon. New and exclusive content to be found over there. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, why not? Pressing subscribe is your way to be notified when a future video is released. Well, that's it for this time. I'm Michael, Keep it 9 VBR. Have a great day, and 73.